We saw a decent sizable downward move for today, rejecting kind of right at that 5 day moving average where we were able to break through that daily expected move and almost get to the weekly. We need to get into those shorter time frames, but it's a good time to get a quick refresher that this can still be just a daily pullback. We have to see if this is able to solve itself, or we are at risk of failing this and potentially heading in that downward direction for a weekly pullback. The reason that weekly pullback should be on your mind is because we actually see the daily divergence on the MACD and RSI, kind of rejection here for the SPY, but we were really utilizing the cues, utilizing the annual expected move, saying this is where decisions in 2026 need to be made, especially even on the first tap. If we go up there and reach up towards it a second time, we're going to watch out for those reversal signals because the cues do have the daily reversal signal being a divergence actually showing on the MACD, no rejection there, just showing like a plain old divergence. And you see that on the RSI saying, hey, if we figure our stuff out while we're positive, yeah, we can maybe go make triple, we can give a fake out. But the more likely thing here is we can see a weekly pullback. So that's something we need to consider as we go into these shorter time frames. We're going to get into those right away. We're going to tap into the 2 hour chart because we're pretty much just doing the same analysis we've had for this week. We expected us to potentially come down to these levels and set up some divergences. We're going to check those out in this video, but we note that the 2 hour chart here is very negative. So if remember, we were saying that that daily, if that's able to turn up, well, we have no signal suggesting that the daily can turn up here. We have no momentum signal that is saying the downside pressure is stopping, but we do see that there's a lot of room up to the 5 day. There's a lot of room to even create some potential structure if we really want to tear to the downside as we took out this critical level, as we break through the monthly expected move. A 2 hour move to the upside will be high probability. We will see if that starts to become less probable. We would need to flush to the downside to see that as of right now, because you do have some signals here that did fail the first attempt. Now, we were prepared for this. Why were we prepared for this? This is why we say thank you to the SPY. The SPY was the sole reason why we were paying attention to a potential test of the lows, a potential divergence point that retests the lows, because we did not see it on the MACD at the same time like we did for the Qs and IWM. The SPY gave us that little bit of a hint to say, hey, if this curls down, we're going to test the low and potentially even go make a new one. So as of right now, the bears do have control of this, but are we just retesting those lows to curl up? If we're able to curl up in this area, you are now closer to the center line for this MACD, meaning there is that divergence on the MACD now. And if we're able to hold the points on the RSI down here, sorry, that's kind of small down there, but if we're able to hold this triple divergence and able to hold especially this divergence in the near price action, then this can be a pretty big trap signal. And but considering volatility was up by 11.82%, we are actually looking for an update. You have one of those big percentage couple of days coming here. The two we have seen in the last few sessions have gotten it completely right. So we have another one coming out today, going into tomorrow, which is Thursday, going into Friday. We will have an 85% probability, according to the VIX, according to the historical data from the VIX, we can see an 85% probability in the next two trading sessions for an up day for the SPY. So if you have reversal signals and you have that 85% probability and you see this confirm, you can see how we would get some kind of up day, potentially even tomorrow. We'll watch that very carefully because once again, the bears are still in control of this. Yes, we have lines to pay attention to, but if we are not able to figure it out and we sell off too deep, it is very likely to just continue that move for another push. So if we violate signals down here on the MACD, down here on the RSI, then we most likely will be resetting, and that means we might be reaching a little bit lower. For tomorrow, you have majorly large, and this makes sense why the SPY actually broke today's lower daily expected move. Notice we kind of hovered around it, hovered around it, hovered around it, and finally broke. It kind of makes sense because the Q's daily expected move was bigger. The SPY did not have the large implied volatility like the Q's, like IWM today. So they were kind of taken off guard on the SPY. Now, updating for today, we have a very large expected move. We have 735, 37. I think it's like 27% implied volatility. That's much larger than the 17 or 16 we had for today. 715.49 to the downside. If we are going to keep cracking down, that means if the bears are going to keep holding on, well, we come down to that daily expected move. You will be violating divergence. You will be violating it on the MACD and RSI. And that means we may need to reset those signals to see any kind of 2-hour bounce. But the bullish thing here would be a trap that is able to curl to the upside, giving you the divergence in the near price action on the MACD at the same time. These are the complex situations where a lot can happen. So navigating this very carefully is good. That's why we have live video. And if you missed the live videos from this week, if crazy things start to happen, guys, I will, if baby mom is able to watch the girls for me, I will hop on a live show again for like at least an hour to talk about these things if they start to confirm. That is, once again, if she is able to take care of the girls by herself, because she does have some back pain as she pinched a nerve yesterday. And that was kind of my fault because I was live streaming and didn't see the text message. My bad, wifey. Now, let's switch this over to the Qs, because the Qs are coming down to that point as well, kind of trying to make like a higher low is what you would really look for here. But remember, the Qs actually had the reversal signal on the MACD and the reversal signal on the RSI. So as of right now, the divergence here, you really wouldn't want to violate these points, because that starts to give you the inclination of what? Continuation of the trend. No 2-hour reaction at any point until we reach down deeper and remake those signals. So as of going into tomorrow, with that 85% probability, if you are able to see this curl up with a higher low or with a divergence, that both would point to some kind of 2-hour move to the upside. The 708.16 for tomorrow is your upside daily expected move. Lower is 679.22. Very close. This can act like a magnet. So if we get no good news to reverse what's happening here, most likely this will act like a magnet, and we will come down to the weekly expected move, wiping out divergences and starting to suggest that continued selling will resume. The signals you are seeing in the near price action that are formed, if those are able to curve up with the higher low or divergence, though, we would consider a 2-hour reaction up to the center line. Remember, though, that these MACDs are very negative. So if they are very negative, then we are looking for a 2-hour move that potentially fails. If that fails, you do have a pretty good shape here that suggests that the weekly pullback is high probability. So we might be able to shout out that the weekly pullback is highly probable with the shorter time frames in the near future if we can see a 2-hour lower high. If this is going to reverse around for that big daily move, we would like to see 2-hour higher low. We would like to see 2-hour divergence of some sort. We do not see that as of right now, so that is looking into the future a little bit. I think the best thing to tell you going into tomorrow's price action, going into tomorrow's session, is 85% probability for an up day in the next 2 trading sessions. If that confirms with a reversal signal, then that up day that you're getting with an 85% probability can lead to a 2-hour move to the upside to potentially create that right shoulder. We will watch this point very carefully, as the last time we broke a critical level, we were able to figure it out and hold a positive trend. So we will be watching this very carefully. And let's go over to IWM. IWM, massive move up to the weekly expected move, making a lower high again. Very critical for IWM to really remain, I think, at these prices, because if you start to teeter off here and go even deeper, well, you're asking to remake those signals. I think it is pretty sure set here that your daily lower move of 276.78, if you are just not going to get no kind of bullish anything, if you are going to curl down and stay curled down, which the bears have control, and you go down to that daily expected move, you most likely will be wiping out divergence, which will lean towards continuation for the 30-minute. That's very, very important. But if you're able to curl up for the bulls, if there is a trap here, 287.32 would be very important for tomorrow. If this curls up, you can get up to that 287.32, and that may be enough to actually curl up the 2-hour chart. Remember that the 2-hour chart was curled up, I believe, for a portion of the day this morning during the live stream, but we ended up tagging that weekly move, coming outside the daily move or something like that, and then breaking down. So another fade as of right now, no curl up for the 2-hour chart. The 2-hour chart for IWM is different, though. The positioning just slightly higher. So this would make sense, but it still is low probability. It still would lean towards some kind of lower high on the 2-hour chart that's a little bit more drug out. we kind of get a reaction like this and fail. So we're really watching for that for IWM. Hopefully these levels become important for you tomorrow so you can utilize them. And we won't have the live show most likely tomorrow unless we see something crazy and wifey can take care of those kids, but we will have them for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Going over to volatility very quickly, we see that this is still dry scaling up, dry scaling up, dry scaling up. We suggested that watch out for reversal signals here. You do have that divergence there on the RSI. So we do have a reversal signal, but we noticed that the 2-hour lower high that we've been discussing would become very probable for your MACD because it is so far away from the center line, no divergence on the MACD, it's very likely to continue. So this adds more credibility to if we get some kind of 2-hour reaction to the upside with these big percentages called out from volatility being up by 11.82%, then you're still very likely to make a lower high in the market. As we look at the 30-minute chart, how likely is it for that 2-hour to cross down? Well, you do have these flatness here. So you have really piled up. Are we going to break through, or is there going to be some kind of divergence trap here as momentum is weak? The volatility index saying, I need to squeeze higher in order to continue with this 30 minutes. So if we're able to break through that little pennant, if we're able to break up through that pennant, those are both two very important things. So what is the overall wrap up here? The wrap up here is we are seeing a negative trend, 30-minute downside moves. We have piled up and made some reversal signals, and we are seeing if those confirm tomorrow. If they are able to confirm, the 2-hour can get a reaction, but because of volatility and because of the negative trends, that would very likely be a lower high. I hope that this is able to help you guys. I really do. That's why I do this every single day. People really shout out that these levels are very helpful to them, and they should be, because they are some of the best support and resistance that you will ever see, because they have hard options data right behind that calculation to get these numbers. So thank you so much for watching. And if you're interested, if any of this confused you and you want to learn, down in the description, there is a full technical analysis course. That course is $199. It is currently 80% off. If you would like to snag that, it will really help you in learning how these markets move over time, utilizing these ranges. It'll teach you about indicators. We'll set up your charts. We'll do everything in that course. So thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Peace out.